All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome in. My name is Alexis Miller. I'm one of the yoga instructors here for Yoga for Caregivers. So, this is our weekly stretch session where we focus on getting into our bodies, stretching ourselves out, getting us ready for the rest of our day and the rest of our week. So, as we move through practice today, keep in mind your boundaries. Notice where are you ready to extend into postures? Where do you need to modify and come down to the mat? Or perhaps find a center posture. Also, keep in mind, I don't often cue water. So, if and when you feel thirsty, of course, please feel free to step off your mat, grab that drink, and then join us whenever you feel ready. So, with all of that being said, let's go ahead and come into a comfortable position. Legs can be crossed or straight out in front of you. You can be up on a prop like a block, that's what I'm sitting on, or a bolster, or you can simply just be down on the mat. We're going to take a moment to wiggle back and forth, rooting into our sits bones here. Then we'll sit up nice and tall. Let's inhale as we draw the shoulders forward and up. Exhale as you drop them back and down. One more time. Inhale, the shoulders come forward and up. Exhale as they drop back and down. Nice work. Bring your hands into a comfortable position. It can be on your legs, in your lap. You're welcome to close the eyes if you'd like, or simply find an unmoving point and soften your gaze here. This year, inspiration for our classes is drawn from the Native American medicine wheel based on Sun Bear's vision. The medicine wheel teaches us about movement and change and offers us insight that will help us learn and grow. As we prepare to leave the raven phase of the year, now is the time to place higher emphasis on balance and justice. This is part of what being in community with others is all about. Finding a way to not only be social and loyal, but to create harmony that brings ourselves and others closer to experiencing peace. This is part of our life's work, to experience the oneness that connects us all and to help others do the same. Today, as you move through practice and off the mat, feel into the oneness that pervades our human experience. Sense what others around you are feeling and experiencing. So settling in, taking a deep inhale through your nose, filling the belly, lungs, and chest with air. And then slowly exhale that breath back out. Take another deep inhale, fill the belly, lungs, and chest with air. And then slowly exhale that breath back out. Take another deep inhale as you feel the belly expanding outward, filling entirely full of air. And then exhale as you squeeze the air out of the belly, feeling the belly button move toward your spine. Inhale as you feel your torso expand, your collarbones gently lift. And then exhale, feel your shoulders release down and away from your ears. Inhaling air in your nose, down your throat, filling your lungs. And then exhale as you feel that air move out of the lungs, up the throat, and out your nose. Continuing to breathe deeply here, inhaling and exhaling with intention, really noticing the movements of the breath. Notice how the breath grounds you into the oneness that pervades all of us. It grounds you into that interconnectivity between you and everyone else in the world. Now, if your mind gets distracted, thoughts, noises, physical sensations, it's okay, it happens. Just take a moment and come back to the breath, come back to the inhales and exhales. Now, if it feels right for you, perhaps incorporating a mantra to help you stay grounded and focused here. Inhale, I am. Exhale, oneness. Inhale, I am. Exhale, oneness. Remaining here with your breath for just a few more moments. Take another deep inhale here, setting an intention or a purpose for your practice today, which really can be anything at all, but it often answers the question, why did I get on my mat? Take another deep inhale as you feel that intention with heart and mind, and then exhale that breath out. Set the intention off to the side, knowing we'll return to it toward the end of our practice. Lovely. If you're on a prop, let's go ahead and move that off to the side and out of the way here, but keep it nearby. We may want to use it a little bit later. And then inhale, sweep your arms wide, bring them up overhead, cast the gaze skyward. Exhale, sweeping over to the left, right hand to the left knee, left hand behind the body, curve your head around into a seated twist. Inhale, return to center, bring those arms tall. Exhale, coming over to the right, left hand to the right knee, right hand behind the body. Curve the head around into a seated twist. Inhale, back into center, arm coming tall. Exhale, twisting over to the left, rooting into the sits bones, staying long through your spine. Good. Inhaling back into center. Exhale, twisting over to the right, curving the nose around, shoulders down away from the ears. Good. Inhale, we return to center. Exhale, drop that left hand down to the side, step it about a foot away from your hip here, and then lean over to the left, reach through those right fingers for a seated side bend. So as you reach the right fingers, feel the pulling open through the intercostals, those rib muscles here. Feel yourself pressing into that left hand so you're staying lifted through the chest. Good. Deep breath. Lovely. And then inhale, lift the torso and the gaze toward the sky. Sweep that right arm back as far as you're able. So now we're getting a chest opener pull through the bicep, forearm, and maybe even into those fingertips. Deep inhale. And then exhale, press yourself up, return to center here. Good. Reach that left arm tall. Step your right hand about a foot out to the right, and then lean over to the right, coming into that seated side bend, opposite side. So as we reach through the left fingers, feel the pull through the left side body, intercostal muscles here. Again, pressing into that right arm. So we're staying nice and long through the spine here. Good. Take a nice deep breath. Now, when you're ready, inhale, turn the gaze and the torso toward the ceiling. Sweep that left arm back this time now. Feel that pull open through the left side of the chest into the bicep, forearm, and the fingertips. Good. Nice deep inhale. And then exhale, press yourself back up into center. Nice work. Let's come onto our hands and knees. So roll over the legs or kick them out to the side. Hands beneath shoulders, knees beneath hips, tops of the feet come onto the floor. We'll inhale as we sink the belly, lift the head and the hips, coming into cow. And then exhale, lift the back, sink the head and the hips, coming into cat. Inhale into cow, sink the belly, look up toward the sky, feel the pull through the throat and the chest. Exhale into cat, press the mat away, feel the shoulder blades pull apart. One more round each side. Inhale into a nice deep cow, looking up toward the sky, decompression low back. Exhale into cat, feeling that compression of the chest here. Good. And then inhale into neutral. Nice work. On the next inhale, let's tuck the toes. On the exhale, lift the hips coming into down dog. Now, since this may be the first down dog of the day or week, let's go ahead and walk our dog, bending one knee and then the other, opening up the backs of the legs here. Take a nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. A nice deep inhale. And then on your exhale, come into stillness. Let's find a good alignment here. So hands nice and strong, all 10 pads of your fingers grip the mat. You're not looking at your hands or even directly beneath you, but you're tucking your chin, looking back toward your toes. Shrug your shoulders down onto your back, press into the hands and move the chest toward the thighs. Now, if the heels are in the air, that's okay. Reach the heels as far as you can get them to the floor. And if they don't touch, totally fine. Good. Take a nice deep breath here. Let it go when you're ready. And then on the next inhale, sweep that right leg tall, flex your foot, press through your heel, coming into a three-legged dog. So we ground into the hands of that bottom foot, continue to press the chest toward your bottom thigh here. Really reach through that right heel no matter how high it goes, and really feel that stretch through the back of the left leg. Nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, look up between the hands, step your right foot forward, grab that block, place it right to the inside of your right foot. And then inhale, turn your back heel down, engage the core, lift yourself up. We're gonna straighten that front leg here. Good. And then we're gonna exhale, rotate across the body to the right. So we're rotating across that right leg. Bring your arms out to a T and then exhale, hinge at the hips, surf forward through the fingers. Bring that left hand either down to shin, block, or mat, and then back arm reaches up tall. Welcome into revolved triangle. So we're immediately feeling that stretch to the outside of that right leg. We're trying to stack our shoulders and rotate open through the spine like we did in our seated twists. Arm is up, but that right hand can also be on the hip if that's better for the shoulder. Bottom elbow is slightly bent. We're not locking out the joint. You can always adjust your block or get rid of it altogether if that feels better for you. You want that hand right to the inside of the arch of the right foot. And then try to keep that back heel down on the left foot so you get that nice pull through the calf here. Lots going on. Let's take a couple deep breaths here together. All right, inhale, top hand comes down to the mat. You can keep that block nearby if you'd like. Bring that back foot onto the ball, hop that back foot in far enough so the heel can be firmly on the floor. You want both toes pointing, sets of toes pointing toward the top of the mat, and you want them in different lanes as if they're on a pair of skis or railroad tracks. You're welcome to keep that block nearby to the inside of the foot. I'm going to start on the high side here. We'll inhale as we lengthen through the spine, nice flat back here. And then exhale as we hinge at the hips, lean with the heart center, fold forward over this leg, eventually curving nose toward knee, coming into pyramid. So as we come into this stretch here, we immediately feel that stretch to the back of the right leg. Couple options, hands can be on hips, thigh, shin, on a block on any one of the heights, or down on the mat even. Really lean into that front foot, tuck the chin, and reach the crown of the head down toward the mat, long spine, so you're really feeling the deepest expression of that stretch. And then think about drawing your left hip flexor toward the top of the mat, so you're squaring off your hips. Ooh, it's some intense sensation, but we're here, we're breathing, and our body will thank us later. Couple more breaths here. All right. Inhale, go ahead, bend that right knee, step your blocks or your props out of the way. Hands come to either side of that front foot. Step the left foot back nice and long, and then drop that left knee down, untuck the toes. We're going to inhale right into a low lunge. Before we go any further, check in with the knee and ankle. Make sure they're in line with one another, creating that nice 90-degree angle so we're protecting the knee joint. Now, as you come into low lunge, if this is enough of a stretch, especially in that left hip flexor, feel free to stay right here. Option is to exhale, bring the hands to heart center, and then twist over to the right. You can stay lifted right here. Another option, left elbow comes to the top of that right knee, and then press that right hand into the left, lifting the torso, feeling that nice twist through the spine. So we're getting a beautiful pull through our left hip flexor, nice deep twist through the spine. Notice where you're at here. Let's take a couple deep breaths here together. Inhale, we gently untwist. Go ahead, bring the hands down to either side of that front foot. Tuck your back toes, lift the back leg, step back into that down dog here. Now, maybe pedal out the feet, bending one knee and then the other, wiggling those hips back and forth, getting a little bit of blood flow in that right hip. We did just stretch it out pretty big here. Good. And when you're ready, coming on to neutral as I switch sides here so we can stay connected with one another. Great. All right, on the next inhale, we're gonna sweep that left leg tall, flex the foot, press through the heel, coming into three-legged dog. So again, ground down to the hands and that bottom foot. Continue to press the chest toward the thigh. Really reach through that top heel toward the sky, taking a couple deep breaths here. Nice deep inhale. And then exhale, bend your knee, look up between your hands, step that left foot forward, turn the back heel down. If you'd like, grab a block, place it to the inside of your left foot, and then inhale as you engage the core, lift the torso, coming up into neutral. Good. So we'll straighten that front leg here. And then again, we're going to turn over to the left, across the body here, across that left leg. Bring your arms out to a T, and then exhale, surf forward through the fingers, hinge at the hips. Bring that right hand down to shin, block, or mat. Back arm comes up tall. Welcome into revolve triangle, opposite side. So as we come into this posture, again, let's check in with our alignment. We're immediately noticing that stretch to the outside of that front leg. We're stacking our shoulders, chest nice and open, so we get that nice deep twist in the spine, pull through the leg. Arm can be up, hand can be on the hip. And then think about keeping that right heel down on the mat so you get a nice deep pull through the calf here. Good. Lots to think about. Bottom elbow slightly soft. You can always adjust the block or get rid of it altogether if you need. Taking a couple deep breaths here. Nice work. Inhale. Top hand comes down to the mat here. Bend that front knee. Bring that right foot in slightly so the heel can be firmly on the floor. Again, you can adjust that block or get rid of it altogether. I'll start with it on the high side here. Toes are pointing toward the top of the mat. They're in different lanes as if they're on a pair of skis or railroad tracks here. Good. We inhale as we lengthen through the spine and flatten that back. And then exhale as we hinge at the hips, lean forward with the heart center, coming into this nice stretch here on the opposite side. So we're in pyramid. We're immediately feeling the stretch of the back of that left leg. Notice my hand on the block. You can always adjust the height if you prefer. Hands can also be on hips. They can be on thigh, shin, or even down on the mat. Think about drawing that left hip forward or right hip forward, I'm sorry, leaning into the left foot and then really curving the nose toward the knee. Top of the head reaches toward the floor. So you're getting the deepest expression of this stretch. Very slight bend in both knees. Couple deep breaths here. All right. Inhale, we bend that front knee, step that left or right foot back nice and far, drop that right knee down, move your props out of the way, untuck the back toes. And then inhale, we come right up into that low lunge, checking in right away. Are knee and ankle in line with one another? If not, make adjustments so we're protecting that knee joint here. Sitting up nice and tall, you're welcome to stay right here. Otherwise, exhale, hands come to heart center and we rotate over to the left. You can stay right here. Option, right elbow to the top of the left knee, press the left hand into the right to get that nice lifted, twisted spine here. So a nice deep pull through that right hip flexor, nice twist through the spine. Couple deep breaths here. Inhale, we gently untwist. Go ahead, bring those hands down to either side of that front foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the back leg. Let's step back into your down dog. Hips go high. Take a nice deep inhale here. Maybe wiggle out those hips, pedal out those feet, little movement in through the hips, some blood flow back into those joints. And then when you're ready, come back into stillness. One more nice deep inhale here. And then exhale, drop your knees down. Let's untuck those toes, sink back into a child's pose. Elongate your arms, forehead comes down to the floor. If your forehead does not reach the floor, you can stack the forearms. You can stack your fists. You can also use a prop like a block on any one of its heights. Just to support the neck, support the forehead. You're also welcome to sweep your hands around to your feet, coming into embryo, allowing those shoulders to release forward. It's a nice little upper back opener here. So notice what's right for you. There's not a wrong answer. Just tuning into sensation and what your body needs. Noticing if any sensations are calling your attention in the body today. Good. Take a deep inhale. Feel your torso expand against the thighs. And then exhale, let that breath go. We inhale, come on up onto our hands and knees. Now I'm going to sit back onto my heels here, but you're welcome to come into a seated position, crisscross applesauce, or legs straight out in front of you. Notice what feels right for you. All right. Now sitting up nice and tall, we're going to stretch out our arms and upper back a little bit. So inhale, we sweep our arms out wide, and then exhale, bring that right arm beneath the left. Bend both of the elbows here. Okay, so I've got kind of a big X or a V, I guess it looks like from your position. And then take that right hand, continue to sweep it around to the left, coming into eagle arms. Now, you can stay right here. Backs of the hands can also just come to touch if that's more accessible for you. Not a problem. Good. Now, press the elbows away from the body as if you're pushing them straight out in front of you. And then gently lift those fingers up toward the sky. Feel that nice deep stretch through the shoulder blades, that upper back space. Breathing. All right. Inhale, gently release, bringing those arms out wide. And then exhale, this time left arm beneath the right. Bend at the elbows. We create that V. And then go ahead and continue to sweep that left hand around to come to meet the palm of the right, or back of the hands come together. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what this looks like on the side now. Okay, so we're going to take our elbows, press them away from the chest as if we're pressing something straight out, and then bring those fingertips toward the sky slightly here. So we get that nice deep pull through the shoulder blades and the upper back. Couple deep breaths here. And then inhale, gently release those hands down to the legs. Nice work. We're going to come down onto our back. Need a towel off, grab a drink of water, put on socks or a jacket for final relaxation. Now is your moment. We won't sit up for the rest of practice. So coming on down to your back here, start by tucking the knees into the chest, wrapping those arms around the legs, giving yourself a little squeeze, maybe rocking from side to side, little low back massage, little roly-poly action here. It's up to you. Good. And when you feel complete in that, coming into stillness, drop the soles of the feet down to floor, preparing for final relaxation. So you can stay like this if you've got low back pain. This is a great option as it relieves the tension in that space and in the hips. You also have the option of grabbing your blocks and placing them beneath the thighs and then extending the legs. It does the same thing as keeping the knees bent, just a little bit more restorative here. You can allow the soles of the feet to come together, knees to fall out wide for recline bound angle. You can extend one leg and keep the other sole of the foot in for fallen tree. You can extend both legs long, allowing the feet to come open for traditional final relaxation. Notice where the hands want to be. There's no wrong or right answers. It's whatever feels good for you and allows you to feel at ease here. If you prefer, you're also welcome to lay on your side or on your belly. You can also come right into a seated position if you prefer. Really, it's whatever you choose. This is your final relaxation practice, so I invite you to make it so. And as you settle in here, begin to notice the breath. Notice how fast or slow it's moving, how deep or shallow. Notice the quality of each breath on your inhales, and the quality of each breath on your exhales. Feel into that gentle rise and fall of your belly, the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Just allow yourself to tune into the breath, to again feel into that oneness, that sense that's underneath everything, that pervades everything and connects us with everyone around us. If the mind gets distracted about what's happening after this, it's okay. See if you can come back to the breath, focusing on the inhales. If it's helpful, you can come back to the mantra we use at the beginning of practice. Inhale, I am. Exhale, oneness. Inhale, I am. Exhale, oneness. Remaining here with your breath in whatever way best supports you for just a few more moments. I'm going to get quiet for this final part of practice so you can have it to yourself. Please know that I am watching the time and I respect yours, and I'll be sure to let you out of this posture before the end of practice. So lean back, let go, and just rest right here with your breath. If we are unable to be in touch with ourselves, to understand ourselves, to know the cause of our suffering, fear, and anger, then we're not in communication with ourselves. If we can't communicate with ourselves, how can we communicate with another person? Coming back to ourselves, we get in touch with our body, feelings, perceptions, and our suffering. We develop our capacity to listen to ourselves and then be able to listen to others. Bringing your awareness back to this space, taking a deep inhale through the nose, filling the belly, lungs, and chest with air before slowly exhaling that breath back out. Take another deep inhale as you begin to wiggle fingers and toes. Move arms and legs, gently waking your body up. When it feels right for you, roll onto one side, pause there with an arm or hand beneath the head. It's here that I invite you to bring back to mind your intention or purpose that you set at the beginning of your practice that answer the question, why did I get on my mat? Take a nice deep inhale here. Make your way on up into a seated position as we close out our practice together today. So finding your comfortable seat, rooting into your sits bones, sitting up nice and tall. We inhale, shoulders come forward and up. Exhale, they drop back and down. Hands into a comfortable spot on the knees, palms up or down, in the lap or at heart center. Closing the eyes if that feels good for you. We take a moment to express gratitude for yet another lovely day here on earth and for our bodies that allow us to do so many things, including yoga. Thank you all so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice today. It was a joy and an honor, and I hope to be able to do so again in the future. The light in me, it sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this weekly stretch session here with Yoga for Caregivers. Again, my name is Alexis Miller. I'm here every Wednesday at 9 a.m. So please be sure to mark your calendars, set your alarms. You can find Yoga for Caregivers as well as me on YouTube, and you can find us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram as well. So make sure to search us, follow us, and tune in as much as you can. Thank you so much, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.